everyone, and I can actually see this is lagging a little bit, but we're gonna live with it. Honestly, I want to welcome you all to this episode, and I wanted to take a moment to talk about something other than the game. So, I don't know if I've mentioned this in previous video, considering how few I've posted. I'm gonna say no. But what I want to kind of talk about today is what I do for a job. So, or did. Um, so several weeks ago now, I lost my job as a freelancer. That's been pretty difficult, I'd say. I was working through a third party company, and one thing led to another. Partially my own fault, I guess, for my lack of quality control on my clients, but unfortunately I lost my account, which means I can no longer make sales how I used to, and I can no longer make money the way I used to. And kind of, I think that's a little hard on me right now, um, because I'm concerned for my schooling and affording that. Now I do have enough for my next semester, but the semester after that I don't. So I'm looking at work, and you could say, well, it's as simple as getting an hourly wage job, and it is, and that's what I'm doing now. Um, so that's not too big of a concern. It's not like I won't be able to attend school. My concern, the thing that's a little scary for me now, is how can I restart freelancing? Um, I'm always happy to do a job that pays. Any job you do is worth it. Really, I think a lot of people criticize jobs, but um, sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. It's making me get fluid build up there. I'm always happy to do any job. It's a little hard for me. I have mobility issues, and that's not to garner sympathy. It's a lifelong thing. I've adapted. I know how to live my life. But I have mobility issues, and sometimes that can be scary with finding work because I can't stand for long periods of time. As much as I'd love to just be able to do that, and I'd love to live my life without a single worry about getting hired at places and doing the job properly. That's not realistic for me. And so, kind of what I want to talk about today wasn't so much that issue, because that's just how it is, and I'll live with it. And if you guys want to hear more about it, you can talk to me about that. I wanted to talk about moving forward in life, I'd say. I think that's something a lot of people struggle with. I have a lot of friends who struggle with it, family. Um, Kind of moving forward in life will always be this enormously difficult task, for a lot of people. And if you don't struggle with it, like, I'm happy for you. I really am, because it's a tough thing. Um, I'm kind of shit out of luck right now with freelancing. Um, I don't know how to advertise on my own, which is probably one of the biggest barriers. And I was researching, and I was reading about, cold calling companies, which I'll have to figure out how to do, because honestly, I don't know if, like, how I can find companies that would need me. And I suppose it's about just offering it, and they'll let me know if they need me. I'm getting off track here. So, focusing in life. If you're struggling to focus in life, you're like really just having a tough time, and you're wanting to strike out on your own and do these things that, fulfill your dreams. The only thing I have to say to that is go for it. What's been happening to me is really difficult for me. It's very stressful. Um, even if I can get another job, losing your job is always a scary event. Um, but I don't regret even a second. I live to write. That's who I am. The stories I tell are all meaningful to me, whether I've been hired to do it or not. And I've worked hard to make sure those stories are high quality and are worth the read for anyone who may read them, even if I don't show them. That's something that's valuable to me personally. And so I'll keep doing it. I'll keep writing on my own. And I'll keep looking for people who want to hire me. But I'm scared. I'm scared I'm not gonna get to do this with my life. And you know what? That's probably a pretty common issue. It's a pretty common issue to fear you're not gonna be able to follow your dreams. And there's so many reasons why you wouldn't be able to. And if you can, right now, try, go for it. Really just go for it. Because if it's possible for you to succeed in something you'll love for the rest of your life, and you don't do it, you're going to regret it every single day of your life. You'll reason to yourself that it's okay because you have a high paying job. And that's good. And that's something to be proud of. But there was a chance you could have had a high paying job as doing what you love. Or you could have just been happier. And so, whoever you are, if you can go for it, go for it. Because I don't regret a second of it. I will say there were some things I could have done better with freelancing. Some things I didn't realize when I started. No one taught me, right? So I was just going in blind. Um, Probably one of those things would be paying myself better. I probably wouldn't feel as stressed if I knew I had a little bit of money to fall back on. I definitely do not. I don't have a cent to my name that's not already dedicated to something, and I need more to dedicate because frankly I just don't have enough. I still don't regret it. I think it gave me valuable experience I'll look back on every day. And I do. But it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing, especially to follow your dreams, because it's a terrifying thing, and it always will be. Because when you follow your dreams, you're following this like single passion or these passions. You might be someone who dreams of everything, and and if you're that person, you know how unrealistic, but how much you want to do it anyways. Because who doesn't want to do the thing they dream of? Who doesn't want to wake up from that dream about being a famous writer and then become one? That's what I want. Not fame in particular. I don't necessarily care about that, but with fame comes reliably getting paid. Um, and I'd love that. I have a girlfriend, and I love her very much. She means the world to me. And right now, I want to get her a gift. I can't. I can't get her a gift. And that might seem so small to so many people. It's like, oh, she's not with you for the gifts. And of course she's not. She loves me too. And I'm very lucky to have her in my life, to be with someone who cares about me so much. and who's supportive when things fall apart, knowing that I'll get back together and I'll get my thing, and the struggle will be over. But in the meantime, she's just been super supportive. I I struggle with a lot of things. I struggle with anxiety and depression. It's probably my biggest things. I have for a long time, and when that first started, I definitely didn't know how to talk about it. I mean, how do you begin, right? What's the first thing you say to someone? Oh, hey, I was thinking about ending things, you know? You don't want to say that to someone. There's a pain in their eye when they hear something like that. And I get why. But I will say the pain is worth it. And if you feel like a burden on someone else, stop. I mean, obviously, I wish it were that simple, right? It's obviously not. It never will be. It can never be that simple. You, if you want to tell people about your pain, they're going to be in pain with you. But they want to be. That's why they're asking you about how you're feeling. It's why you're telling them. It's why you're there. And I want everyone to remember it's okay to be in pain. It's not a fault. It sucks so much. It sucks to have a hard time. It sucks to be the person who has to say, you know what, I'm not in a good mood and I don't want to go out and do things or hang out with friends or family or loved ones. Who wants to be that person, right? But you gotta be. You have to be the person who says, you know what, just not a good day today. It's really just not. And when you say that, when you tell people that, and they encourage you, and you suddenly realize everything's coming together, people want you to be happy. You take a step towards following your dreams. And I guess this video is just becoming something of a personal journey for me. Something I can talk about and honestly say it's been a tough, long ride. I don't know how many years I've spent in just complete anguish over every little thing for stupid reasons too, right? Like why am I making myself suffer when I could just talk about it? And I didn't want to bother people. I didn't want to bother people because I didn't think anything I could do with my life was really worth it. I didn't think any journey I could take, any task I could complete was valuable to anyone. And part of freelancing for me has become that. It's become this assertment of value. And I don't value my work as my only thing to value, as my only aspect of me to value. But It's something I create and I alone can create because it's from my mind. And someone says, "Yeah, I'll give you money for how you think," essentially, which that's so encouraging. And so if you have a dream, you have something you want to do, go do it. Like, please tell me about it. I want to hear about it. I want to hear someone who listened to this video say, "Yeah, I followed my dreams and it worked out." I would love that. I would love to know people are having a good time with their dreams. I would love to know there's these positive things happening in their lives that they really just want to share with other people. And I want to know because, everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone deserves these ultra positive moments for themselves. Everyone can be happy. So why not try? Follow your dreams. Um, be who you feel you're meant to be. Don't let someone say no to your success. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you've been through. They can't tell you no like that. I'm not saying going around with my dream was to be an assassin. It's not even that funny, but if you have a dream, if there's something in the world that makes you happy, if there's something in the world you want to choose to strive for, to succeed at, you can. You can do it. I'm playing a game, talking about my feelings, because I want to share it, because I want people to know they're not so alone. I want to know that other people can maybe listen to this and maybe find some semblance of peace in their suffering. Because you're suffering and you need to break out. It's hard to spend the rest of your life like that. Most can't. Many can't, at least. And the fact that there's so many people out there who suffer isn't some grand sensitivity of society. It's people who need a win, who need something. Get that win. Do it. Just go for it. Be the person who can inspire others. Um, I don't know any of you. I don't know what everyone's feeling, what they're going through. But what I can say is Everyone who's going through something deserves to not be. Everyone who's struggling, who's having a hard time, and who thinks life isn't fair, it isn't. It's not. And it's not gonna get any more fair. We as a society, struggle and grab at the slightest opportunity of fairness. But it's in so few places. And it's so specific. It's such a niche. Which is horrible to say. Fairness is a niche. It's a small aspect of life. Take a moment. Think to yourself, what do you want to do? Think to yourself, do you want to be rich or famous? A beautiful partner? Someone who loves you? Someone who steps outside and you're swarmed by fans? Do you want to be someone who sits home alone and just has a quiet life? Learn the steps. Look up what you want to do. Look up, how do I start a business? How do I start freelancing? How do I get my name out there? Some of you are maybe 16, 15, younger. Some of you might be 50. And part of the limitation of school, I think, used to be that, how do you find success? Right? How do I do this and how do I do that? Well, how? Well, Google. You know, Google is this amazing thing we've invented as a someone decided, oh, I want a software. It's gonna let people know things that they didn't think they would know. Right? I could stop playing this game right now. Look up, how tall is a horse? Why the hell do I need to know that? I don't. I can though. There's no one stopping me from it. That knowledge is at my fingertips at all times. And so is, how do I succeed in life? So you bet your ass I'm gonna succeed. You gotta do it for yourself. Right? Because you might not have someone you're doing it for. And even if you do, it might not be what you that might not be the reason you want to be doing something, honestly. Someone can drop that in your life and it's that motivation can be gone. Don't get me wrong. If you're encouraged by someone, go for it. You know, that's something to encourage you, and it's working, then it's good. It is. It's excellent. But acknowledge that you yourself can be a motivation and go for your dreams. Growing up, I think I had a lot more dreams. I mean, I don't know who else remembers doing those what do you want to be when you're older worksheets in classes. And you're like, man, what do I want to be? Well, my answer was millionaire. My answer was that I wanted to be rich because I thought my problems could be solved by money. Now, don't get me wrong, money can make you happy. It's not the key to happiness, but it sure as hell makes it a lot easier. And I wish I had more of it for a lot of reasons. But something I discovered about myself was that the key to my happiness was talking it out, was just going for it, was doing the things that I found difficult. And I did them. Did a whole lot of things. You know, I failed so many times. Back before I did freelance writing, I did nothing actually. It was my first and only job. Which sounds terrible because I'm not that young. I mean, I'm not old, don't get me wrong. I'm not 70. But I'm in my 20s and I've only had one job. And I loved it, and I can no longer do it. But I tried other stuff. I did. You know, I tried my hand with graphic art. I tried my hand with pixel art because I was fascinated and still am by it. I tried my hand with YouTube before this channel. There was another one. It's gone now. But there was another one. I think part of all my experiences have made me realize something that I want. And the thing I want is to not have someone else be in charge of me. I think what I've found is that the things I love to do, I love because they just come from me. You know? I think there's something valuable about knowing that about yourself, about knowing those things that make you happy. I'm a little lost in my thoughts right now, if you can't tell. I'm a little like, I don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't. I'm not an expert on mental health. I'm not an expert on goal acquisition. I'm not an expert on almost anything, really. The closest to being an expert I'd say I am is with writing, because it's a skill I've practiced heavily for years. But, you know, even if I'm not an expert in what it takes to be happy, I don't know that key element, and probably experts don't quite know either. I have to imagine, because if there was a key element to just being happy, that would undoubtedly be a public info scenario. You know, who doesn't want to be happy? As much as sometimes we make ourselves suffer, who doesn't want that happiness in their lives? I will say, sometimes it's easier to let yourself suffer and just to kind of get comfortable with the darkness of it. It's not a good place to be. You don't you don't want to be the person suffering. That's not a goal. It's not an end game. Go for your dreams, I think, is what it's really all about. And that's kind of what I've just been saying, like a broken record throughout this video. Go for your dreams because it might make you happier. You might feel proud of yourself if you don't now. Go for your dreams because you don't know how many more chances you're gonna get. You really don't know how many chances you're gonna get. I remember I had a guy not that long ago talking to me about writing a biography for him, and I agreed. And I said, let's do it. He's young, you know, but he's retired already. Like, he's completed such a big chapter of his life, and he felt like that meant he was ready to have that biography. And I mean, I agreed, right? I think he's got a story to tell, and I'm happy to do that for him. I'm happy to tell his story. But he, one of the things he told me is he didn't think he'd end up where he was, and I won't get more specific than that because it's not something to just reveal in a video like this. But one of the things he did was he went for it. It's so simple. Life is so simple when you look at it from so far away. There's nothing complicated about dreaming of doing something. There's nothing complicated about achieving a goal. Not inherently. But the moment you get down to it and say, I want to write a book, I want to create an art piece like no other. How? How do you create an art piece like no other? How do you do something that no one has thought of before? How do you be original? How? I don't know. I really don't. I wish I did. I don't know how to write something so completely original that you just can't imagine what it could be inspired by. Because it's not necessarily what you're trying to do. You're not trying to write something so completely original that it doesn't have any inspiration. Who's going to want to watch something or read something or enjoy something that has no basis in the world they understand, right? You're comfortable with what you know. So when you create something new, it's not about creating something different. It's about creating something that's partially unfamiliar. But that's not what this is about. It's not about what makes content good content. I don't care right now. What makes content good content is that you want to do it. That's step one. That's always step one. And it doesn't have to be something you want to do because you think it's a good goal to have. Just wanting to do it for any reason. For money, for fame, for to be acknowledged by others or yourself. Like, damn, that's a good reason. Something I'm struggling with recently is motivation. To to get myself out there, to do the things I promised myself and others I would do. And this video is a great way to exercise those feelings, not to invalidate them or get rid of them, but to acknowledge they're real, to acknowledge that my feelings are real, and to tell myself it's okay to feel these things. I don't know what prompted this video exactly. I don't know why I'm suddenly so gung-ho about feeling things right now, but I am. I've got to say it's worth it. I'm having a hard time, but it's worth it. And I know that life isn't going super well right now, but it's worth it because it will be. You know, if it's any comfort, the law of probability, things can't go wrong forever, right? Eventually something has to go right. It's just somewhat unlikely that it always goes wrong. Don't let the world tell you no. Don't let yourself tell you no, because that's probably an even bigger enemy. Look at life with hope, with a chance of success, with the heart to say, I want to go on. Look at life knowing you can do it. Because you can. You can do it. I know you can. And I don't know you, but I know you can. I know you can do it because anyone can be the person they want to be. Anyone can achieve great things. You might not be the person who does. I won't lie to you and say that, yeah, you're going to achieve it, because there's a damn decent chance that you don't. But, like, what if you are? That's pretty beautiful, isn't it? What if you are? It's so simple. And it's kept me going on so many days. What if I could have succeeded, and the reason I didn't was because I pushed my feelings to the side and said, no, I'll get a regular 5 to 9 job. 9 to 5 job. 5 to 9 is crazy. I could have. You know, what's stopping me from getting a regular job, which I will do because I have bills to pay. And that's something for the meantime. That's something I need to do. But what I also need to do is I need to show the world what I can do. That's different. That's me. And you might say, well, Patrick, there's so many writers out there. What makes you say you're going to be the best? And I'm saying, I don't. I don't think I'm going to be the best. I don't care about being the best. Imagine if you were reading only the best books. You'd be reading one person's books, right? If there's only one of the best. No. No, that's not what I'm doing. I don't want to be the best, but I do want to be the best me, and I will be. And I'll tell my story when I'm 70 and I'll tell people, oh my God, I struggled so much. But my God, it was worth it. I would like to ask people something, a question that you can answer to yourself, a question that you should think of very, very hard. Just take a moment, if nothing else, though. When you die, because it will happen, and I hope it doesn't happen tomorrow, but it will eventually happen. When you die, what will you be remembered for? What did you do that you don't regret? People die and say they had, people die, and there's talk about the regrets of their life, of things they didn't achieve. I'm not asking you what you will regret. I'm asking you what you won't regret. I'm asking you the thing that you're going to do for you that you're going to say, that was worth it. The thing you're going to say, it's like, man, I had a tough time with so many things in life and I have so many regrets, but this thing, not at all. Something I don't regret is having met the love of my life so quickly. Something else I don't regret is trying with freelancing, and I'm still going to be trying. Another thing I don't regret, talking about my depression and my anxiety. And though it's not gone, it's better because I know how to take care of myself. So other people don't need to be taking care of me. Something else I don't regret, trying all those times that I said I couldn't do it. Because there's so much, because of my physical health, that I genuinely can't do. I can't do that to myself. I can't tell myself, no, you can't do anything. Like, who the fuck said that? Who the fuck said I can't do anything? And, you know, I'm not someone who's gonna swear all the time. But if life is telling you to stop, you better say fuck you. Because you're not stopping. And if you fail, that's experience for when you start next time. If something doesn't go right, that's experience. That's what life is about. Life is about failing and trying again and doing the thing that's going to let you succeed. I will succeed in life. I will live my life. I will be the person I want to be. There's a lot of things in my life that I'm going to regret. But I'm going to make sure as many as possible are things I don't regret. And I hope you all who have listened to this take that a little bit to heart. And I apologize if the mic quality isn't perfect or the message isn't perfect because I'm not perfect. And that's okay. And you're not perfect, and that's okay. But whatever happens going forward, wherever you are in life, please just give life some thought And I hope to see you all in another video. And I hope if you're struggling out there to get out of bed in the morning, if you gotta look forward to something, find something to look forward to and look forward to it every time. Because I don't want to say bye to anyone for the last time, especially if it's too early. Live your life, everyone. Live it the best you can. And I look forward to seeing you later. Have a fantastic day. Bye.